Are you ready to pass the NMC OSCE the first time as efficiently as possible? Then you're in the right place. Here at IELTS Medical, we've seen adult nurses through to a first-time OSCE pass ending last year with 98% first-time pass rate and 100% second. We've also assisted mental health nurses, children's nurses and midwives through their OSCE exams too. Accessible OSCE practice rooms and expert-led courses. Our nurses are not only passing their exams, but they're having fun doing it too. Inquire today about how we can assist you too.
Hi, Manong George here. What does Adele and David Beckham have in common with our guest today? Well, they all have an OBE. Our guest today received an OBE for her role in helping people during the London terrorist attacks in 2017. So without any further ado, let's all meet her, Miss Joy Ongcachuy.
Ako po si Joy Ongcachuy. Nurse ako sa United Kingdom since 2002 and I was awarded an OBE from the royal family for my contribution.
Can you tell us ano pong nangyari nung gabi? What happened that night?
I was on that night. It was my ordinary night shift and I was coordinating at night and there was, as everybody knows, na may nangyari sa labas, yung nangyari sa London Bridge. And we were informed that we will be the receiving hospital to receive those patients coming from the scene. To make the story short, we catered 7 patients and all of them were saved. Those patients were given the best care that they need, although it was unlucky for them. We're happy that they were discharged and all of them were safe.
So wala pong, kumbaga, walang fatalities from the 7
No,
people.
wala.
All right, well done. So ma'am, can you tell us more about your role during that night? Ano po yung mga ginawa ninyo?
I was the coordinator at night. During that night, a very hectic for me. It's because we're only 2 sets of team. What I did, I called nurses from outside, like the rest of the team, the ODP, the healthcares, and some other health professionals to help us.
So kumbaga po ma'am, dahil bigla ang emergency, right?
Yes, right.
Walang tao, and then you had to call them from their homes,
Yes, I had
coordinate
to.
them, make sure that each theater is well-staffed.
Well-staffed,
and
right.
then obviously, because it's trauma, hindi naman yun predictable, ano? So you had to make sure everybody can perform to the best of their
Yes,
abilities.
correct. Yeah.
And is it safe to say that you actually delivered well? Kasi, like you said, no fatalities.
No.
Wow, that's a great achievement.
Well,
in itself.
as we all know that we nurses are very good when we are under pressure.
Apa. So grace under pressure. Right. So if I can just paint a picture for you guys, doing night shifts for us nurses, mahirap talaga yan. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially if you're coordinating. Now, in an event as what happened before in that fateful night, 2017, can you imagine calling at least maybe around 30 people to run 6 theaters, to save people? Hindi po yan madaling gawin because gigisingin mo sila, you'll have to explain to them what's happening because some of them might have been sleeping, hindi nila alam kung ano nangyayari. So just imagine you being the center of all that, because some people would react differently. They would say, I'm not so sure if I can come, or I'm not really feeling well. Everybody would have different reasons, but Miss Joy was able to gather all the team, get them going to get, to do one goal, and that is to save the lives of these people. No one life is better, more important than the other one. So, yun po ang nagawa ni Miss Joy. Miss Joy, it happened the first time around, but
Yes.
it happened a second time pa po. So, what happened the second time and how was it slightly different? Nagkaroon po ba kayo ng, ano po bang naramdaman nyo na sinabi nyo, oh, this is happening again, on my shift again?
Yes, that was my reaction at first. you're right. And everybody was saying, it's you again.
Oh, no.
Whenever I called them, they keep on saying, what's wrong with you? And what's happening these days? So I said, well, it happens on my shift, and I'm so lucky.
In a sense, you could say na rather than you're lucky, the people whom you've saved are even luckier because they
Luckier
had
than
you.
me. Yeah, that's
Kasi without you, we don't know what would have happened with them. So I think that is why you are recognized for your performance in those nights, for your contribution to the community. One of the things that we also found out in our research para po dito sa episode na to, ma'am, is we asked around how you are at work. So we found a common friend, and this is what she has to say about you, si Chica Cruz na. So shout out kay Miss Chica Cruz, no. So sabi niya, si Ma'am Joy, cool lang yon, hindi na to toxic. Maaga papasok, magre-ready, huddle, tapos breakfast kami, sabay. Tapos yun, siya na nag-train sa lahat daw sa robotics. Sabi niya, lahat ng surgeons, mahal na mahal daw po kayo. Inaaya daw niyo sila kumain, ganyan. Tapos bibili rin sila ng food para sa inyo. And then, you're the type of person that puts people forward before yourself. Hindi ka daw after promotions. Happy ka daw as long as you're doing your job. And you're always consistent in what you do. And sabi nga niya, consistent yun. Yung awards dun that was given to you, the OBE, is just the cherry on the cake, but it's also recognition for you, what you are consistently doing. So, we would just like to say, we as well, Manong George team, we're very proud to have a Filipino like you who is recognized in this country, because we believe we are really making something, doing something great for this society. So, thank you po, Miss Joy.
Oh, ang galing naman ng shout-out ni Chica. Nakaka-touch. Thank you, Chica. I love you.
The day you heard about you're receiving an OBE, how did it happen? Did you receive a letter? Paano po nangyari?
Oh, I received a letter. It wasn't actually me. It was my husband and my daughter was in the house, and they received the letter that night. And when I came from home, duty kasi ako long day, and my husband told me, oh, may letter ka. So I said, so the envelope, it's a brown envelope and it says HMRC. I thought it was
Utang.
it was a tax. I said I overtaxed myself. I worked too much bank shifts. So I just ignored it, and then later on my husband reminded me, and then when I saw the letter, I read it through, and then that's when I found out that there was something for me, and I didn't even realize that it's for me. So I read it through, and then the next page says our trust was mentioned. So I thought that it's a work related. So because I have no idea what is that, so I thought of taking it to work. And
so you didn't even realize na ito na yun.
It's for me.
Oh, it's for you. All right.
I thought it was just sent by mistake. So I brought it to work, and then I asked advice from my senior mentors. She said it's for me because nowadays they're giving awards to those who give big contributions to the community, like us nurses.
Let's talk about when you actually came to the palace, Buckingham Palace. Anong naramdaman nyo? Who gave you the award? And what was happening then? What was going through your head?
Honestly speaking, I was so nervous. Nung malapit na kami sa palace, we were walking towards the palace with my family. I don't know, I think I have a mixed feelings. It's like I'm excited, at the same time I'm nervous, because it's a great achievement to go to the palace, being invited by the royal family to get the award. And I don't know, as soon as I get to the palace, step into the palace, I felt better. I don't know how, but the transition of being scared, nervous, and being calm. And I said, I think I've overcome it.
And then who actually gave you the award?
Prince Charles who gave me the award.
All right. You've inspired a lot of people, maybe in your work, outside your work, people who've caught your story. But the most important and maybe the nearest to your heart na na-inspire niyo po to become a nurse, I heard is your daughter. Can you tell us more about why did she become a nurse and at what level na siya ngayon?
Actually, half of it was an inspiration, but most of it was an encouragement. As a parents, we all want our kids to be successful in such a way that they will be settled in the future, to have a better life, to have a good job in the future. And at this time, like, we were so happy that she pushed through to become a nurse. Soon she'll be graduating in November. She's on her final year.
Wow. So I see a proud mother po dito, no? Of course. Yes. Nice. And then do you have any messages to any message to all of the people watching right now, especially those who think of nursing in the UK? Anything you'd want to tell them to find and also all those people who find inspiration in what you've done? Any message for them, ma'am?
My only message to them is, like most of us in the Philippines, we have problems with financial, and it's easy to say I'm going to work abroad, but we know that like, we need financial support in order for us to come here. Like I said, I think financial problem is not a hindrance to come and work abroad, because I can see it myself that I know that I won't be able to come here without my husband's support and his family, but then with all their help, I managed to get over and I managed to come here. So don't lose any hope. Like, kung kaya ninyo, kaya ko, kaya din ninyo.
For Filipino nurses out there who are just asking themselves, could I make a life here in the UK? Yes. What would I become if I'm a nurse in the UK? Then have a look. We have an OBE Filipino nurse. Something to be proud of, because Filipino nurses here in the UK, we make a mark in society and we are important. So I'd just like to take this this opportunity to thank Miss Joy Ongcachuy OBE, I must say, for letting us in her home, and I would just like to say, ma'am, thank you for inspiring all of us, and more power to you, and more awards, hopefully, and continue inspiring other people. Thank you po.
Thank you. Always remember, Manong knows.
Manong knows best, put your worries to rest when staying in the United Kingdom. Manong knows best.